First of all, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Today we'll be going through the to the fields editor and also how to format tokens. This is mainly for template. Let's start with the apologies from template.
And Hapa will be doing a QA session at the end, right? So anybody who has any specific questions, they'll be able to ask.
Yes. So let's first of all, I'll start with this template. It has a custom data source. So yes, as Josh said, if you have any questions, at the end, we will open the meeting so you can share your questions, or if you have any questions that are also not related to the theme of the session, if it's related to our template, please feel free to share. And for those watching us on YouTube, please contact our support. I'll be there to assist you as well. So we can go to the fields editor. We'll work on a template. He uses a custom data source. And by that, I mean a template that's not connected directly to Airtable. So it's a template that you have to build your schema of fields. So let's go through them so you can understand the field types and how they work. So we have simple field types. They can be strings, numbers, Boolean fields, true or false values, or yes or no values, and also date fields. We also have complex fields. They are objects, collections, or lists, and let's go through each one of them. So in here we have a list. A list is pretty straightforward. It's an array of primitive items, primitive values. So think of it like an ingredients list. So you have just the ingredients there, and they will be repeated in a document, and you can choose how they display, if separated by commas or just spaces. We'll go through that formatting later. We also have the object field type. So about the object, think of one specific item with different properties. So the object holds this information. In this case, in here, we have customer. So the object holds the name of the customer, the address, the bank, and the account number. And the other complex field we have is the line items. So it's a collection. A collection is basically an array of objects. So think of a collection as a field type that groups the objects and all its properties, but it's not only one item we have there. We have several items. So let's think of an object as a dish, and a dish has a name, it has a price, and let's think of a collection field as a group of dishes. So you have the several dishes, and each dish has information about it. So that's basically how we go through the field types. And in here, it's pretty straightforward. You can just add a field. You can type in, let's say, tax percentage. And the tax percentage is a number. So we add that field, and we just save all the changes we made. And you see the token being mapped right here. So in the last theme, we saw how easy it is to just drag a field in. We can just add it, use the token, and format it just as we wanted to. So let's go through the formatting now. In here, I have a date field. So this is a date issued. If we double click the token, we can access its properties, and we can set up several forms of formatting. So we have the standard ones. We can also set up custom formatting. So let's see how it looks like with one of the standard formatting we have here. So in here, we have the date. Oh, 1 second. Okay, let's try again. Oh, here it is. So we have the date issued. I edited here, so it has the formatting that we set. It's a one of the standard ones we have from our list, but you can also set up a custom formatting. So let's say we want the month, day, and separate by a comma the year. We can save it, and it will change the previous formatting. So you can format it nicely to make it fit your use case. And this can also be applied to numbers. So if we go to the preview, we can see that it doesn't have a currency. The decimal places look different, and we can edit that, adjust that so it can look very professional. So just same steps, double click the token. The properties will come up for you to work through them. So we want here to display a currency. We also want it to display with 2 decimal places. So let's do the same process for the other currencies. And also, you saw that there's a percentage option. So let's set up this text here as a percentage. Let's just 1 decimal place, but make it as you wish. So the quantity, it's a plain number, but you can also add decimal places to it. And let's see how it looks. You see that there's a nice formatting there. Let me add a text value. So you see that it's nicely displayed. And also, if you have a rich text field, you can just double click the token, set it up as Markdown, and it will display line breaks, bold content. If you have a link there, it will also be clickable. And if you're integrating with Airtable, the field types, they will be automatically mapped along with the fields you have in your base. But you can also go through the formatting. It's the same steps. You can add the same currency formatting. And for addresses, you can also set them up as Markdown. So you can have line breaks displaying and other types of editing. And yes, overall, that's it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to share with us.
That's great, Alpha. So just to recap there, all you have to do to edit a token once or a field once it's been added to the template is double click it, and you'll see the settings according to that type, and or the formatting options according to that type, and you'll be able to use a preset format or a custom format depending on the type. And also, if you're using rich text fields in your table, you can format the markdown that's coming from them to make sure that it's displayed properly. Otherwise, we'll see the actual markdown being printed, right?
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Josh.
Mhm.
There's an open session now, so if you want to share questions about the template you're working on, if you have any questions on how to display something or anything that's helpful for the template you're building, please feel free. Sam or Christopher, thank you for joining us.
And Hafa, one last thing for
Yes.
collection fields, right? So lists of objects. If
Yes.
it's possible to perform like arithmetic operations on those variables, right? If you use them, say, outside of a loop. Correct?
Yes, exactly. Let me share this here. So let's start the description here at the bottom. just as an example. Same process, you can just double click the token and select how you want them to return to you. So if you want only the first item in that list to display, if you want just the last one, or if you want all of them. So let's take a look at how it looks if we return just the first item. Okay, there you go. So only the first item will be displayed, which is wireless mouse in this case. If you want to display just the last one, it should display the last item in that list, which is mechanical board, keyboard. And you can also display all of them and add the separator. So in here, let's say I want just a comma and a space. And let's preview it. So all the items in that list, they will be displayed. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that, Josh.
Sure thing. And it also works with number fields too, right? Like if you wanted to sum,
yes,
say the subtotal. Yeah.
Yes. So if we want to display just the sum of the amount of the fields that we represented here, so we can just drag in the amount field, double click it, select the sum option, also displays a currency, nicely formatted, save it, and voila. Everything will be summed up.
And so in the case of Airtable, that would mean that, if somebody doesn't want to create an additional field, that would mean that they can do those calculations inside the template at the time of generation without needing to create those additional roll-up fields or formula fields in Airtable if they were just creating that for the document.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So if there are no other questions, Sam and Christopher will wrap up the call here, and the recording will be available on YouTube. Your personal information will be omitted from the recording, so not to worry about that. And yeah, feel free if you have any questions, as Hafa mentioned. If you have any questions while you're building your templates or anything specific, just reach out to us in support, and we'll be happy to help you.